Ooh, exclusive DJ Beats.
I started my company 11 years ago, FP, Youth Outcry. FP stands for Future Potential. So it's all a charge of making them understand that their situations do not have to dictate their destination. You know, they understanding their situations do not have to dictate their destination, right? It's so important for us as the adults and the trendsetters really to show them as many positive experiences as possible, because every child comes to a crossroad when they have to make a decision, positive or negative. And what they do is they reach into those experiences that they have and they make those decisions. So it's our job to give them those positive experiences so that they can make the better solutions, make the situations better. It's all about decisions, right? And we have to inform them. And like I said in the very beginning, get them to organize and mobilize. Every revolution started with our youth. We have to push for them to understand their greatness. Understand that greatness within them. When they feel great, they will act great. Understand that, please.
I don't know if everybody's familiar with the counterintelligence program established by the Federal Bureau of Investigations. One of their main points, or the main targets that Hoover touched on and quote unquote was to prevent the galvanizing of black youth.
That's right.
Right? When I first read that, that really struck me. I said, hey, you guys are really going all out. You trying to go against little kids? Like, you know what I mean? But then, you know, I work in the, work with prison populations here in New Jersey. Juvenile detention centers, at-risk youth. I do mentoring, therapy, all kinds of stuff, working with our youth that are caught up in the system. And one thing that I've noticed amongst a lot of these youth that are caught up is that there's something about them. There's something about them, something about their shine, their quality. And even though they're using their things in negative, that energy in a negative way, you can still see how that ripples all the way down to the youngest of youngest, 4 or 5 years old, looking at them with their eyes wide open, trying to figure out how they could be like them, right? The state of our youth in our community, I would say in impoverished communities, especially when we talk about Newark, has a lot to do. The state of our youth is a direct reflection of us. So not only that, to be able to look into that mirror to see what are we doing wrong as the people who are supposed to take charge of this, and how can we eliminate the obstacles that are in front of them, because a lot of these obstacles are imposed, again, to prevent the galvanizing of our youth. A lot of the obstacles that are present are put there on purpose. So it's our job as the adults to stand up and fight for them. And it's easy, because I'll tell you, hey, did you know that college has an admissions program, and you go talk to this person? You know how many times I've done that? They get to the front door, the security guard goes, what do you want? Right? But when I show up with them, oh yes, right away. Right? How many of us are actually going with them? How many of us are actually taking the time to invest into a young person? Right? Then from there, once we start generating and bringing resources and bringing information that they need, we will guarantee a shift in our consciousness in our community. But right now, the only things that they have to listen to are the things that are winning. And I know it's a problem when my son gets out of the car talking about I'm in love with the Coco. I'm like, that better be Cocoa Puffs, you better not be talking about nothing else, you know what I mean? But my son isn't exposed to that, yet it's still ingrained in him from just listening to it once. We talk about psychological warfare that is occurring right now, right? We're not even seeing the energies that are affecting us, and they're affecting us. Right. And the people who are most sensitive to these energies are our children. Right? So we have to take the stance in starting to ensure that the institutions, whether it be educational, employment, academic, they need to start reinforcing the energy that needs to be around our children. And we need to be the ones that hold them accountable.
I wanted to say like a piece of piggyback off of what he said about the counterintelligence program. Right now, when y'all get a chance, go home and look up Black Identity Extremists. This is the new COINTEL. This is like COINTEL program 2. And what they're doing is they're using this as saying that, a lot of these Black Lives Matter, they basically what they're saying in a nutshell, they're scaring us. They're clicking together because they're getting tired of their black people being disenfranchised, so they're clicking together and they're scaring us. We in fear for our lives. So when you go home, look this up, Black Identity Extremists. This is the new counterintelligence program. And to piggyback off of what he just said, they have to make sure they have systematic things in place to keep us down. And I just wanted to piggyback, it just amazes me how they spend all their energy to make these infrastructures. So I just had to piggyback off that. That's the new thing.
All right, Nancy, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna just spin it a little bit because we're talking about empowerment for the youth. I'm heavily, the City of Jersey City is one of my clients. I reconstruct the youth development programs. Well, I aid with the reconstruction of the youth development programs across the city. And I'm heavily involved with the city of North. This is my hometown. I do a lot of things within the city. So the one thing that is very important with empowering the youth and yourselves is actually what you are eating. So I definitely want, because I know all of these amazing people on the panel are going to give you great ways to get involved and different things like that. But everything starts with us, our spiritual beings. I was vegetarian for about 15 years. I've been vegan for 3 years now. And I can say my purpose, bigger than my career, my self-awareness, my knowledge, it has skyrocketed in so many, and I've been blessed in so many different ways since I've taken control of what I'm eating. A lot of my work is spiritual, internationally, so I study cultures and religions and things like that. I just recently got blessed and got to travel to 3 countries this summer for $120. Yes, that was crazy. However, it was God. And when I went there, I made sure I was taking advantage of the opportunity. So what I did was I went there and I studied the different plants, the different herbs, the different things. I was the tourist taking the tours to learn about the land. And what I learned is that there are different things that you can literally heal your body organically. We have to take control of what we're eating. And if we want to empower the youth, if we want happiness, if we want joy, you have to take control of that. Align your beings. And you guys, if you do have any questions in regards to this, you can hit me up on a personal tip. But I literally do this, but start with yourself, start with what you're eating, your diets, there are different things to empower your mind, different vegetables, different plants that will put you in a place where you will be guided to your individual success. Because if we are all in this reality, we are here for a reason and we are here for a purpose. We are here for a purpose, a divine purpose. We all matter. But it starts with the GMOs that's in our foods and the dairy. The dairy is horrible, especially for women. Oh my goodness. So limit that. If you want to empower the youth, you got to start with empowering yourself, because you can't do anything for them if you don't have the energy and the stamina and the spiritual guidance to do it. And I've literally created what I'm creating out of dust, not even bricks. And I did it off blessed when it's tears in God and faith and religion. And what I am eating has literally changed so much in my life. So that's the one thing I want to pass on to everybody else. Take control of your diets, because that is, look at your body like you look at a car. If you got a BMW and you put cheap gas into a BMW, what's going to break down? It's going to break down, right or wrong. This is a temple of your spirit. Even for the kids, you got them eating Doritos and nachos and whatever else. But this is, if you put good gas into that BMW, it's going to run for a long time, and it's going to give you what you need. It's going to go the extra mile. You'll still be riding on E sometimes, like, thank you, but it's because you're putting good gas into that car. This is a temple of your spirit. Just like you're in your body, you feel like you're in something looking out. Just like a car, you could drive the steering wheel, you could roll up the window. It's the same thing with our bodies. You need to, just like you go to the car dealership for maintenance, you need to exercise. But the more important than exercise, take control of your diet. If you want to help the youth, help yourself first. Take control of your diets and take control of their diets, because that is the only way to spiritual, financial, emotional freedom is your diet.
J.E. on the button. J.E. on the button.
Always crying at these things, but my not really so much question, it's kind of a question, but I wanted to share. I'm 33, I just turned 33, I'm an only child. I have a wild imagination, so I've been creating, writing music, scripts since I was young, and I ain't go nowhere with it. I don't know if it's what the ladies were talking about, confidence, I'm not sure, but now I work a 9 to 5 down there at Horizon, and I'm miserable. So what advice do you have for somebody who is not a person that steps out on faith? Like, to my knowledge, people that make it, everybody here has their companies, whether they're starting out, they're established, like Madison was saying and Desiree was saying, they use blood, sweat, and tears. But when you're afraid to step out on faith, you're worried about your rent, your car note, and you're putting so much energy into work, and work is beating you down. I'm in a call center, I feel like a slave. Like, it's really real. And when I come home from work, I'm tired, so people feel like it's making excuses, but I really don't know where to begin. And every week I say, today's the day I'm gonna work on something, or I'm gonna step out on faith, I'm gonna try this. And I never do. I return back to work on Monday and I feel terrible. And it's getting worse because I'm 33 and I don't know who's over 30, but.
Well,
Zay, Zay, you already know what I'm gonna say. 'Cause we talk about this all the time. Like, I work full time as well. So I almost work 2 jobs. So I leave work on my dream on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. After work on Friday, I'm working on my blog. At work sometimes I'm working on my blog on a private browser because they don't know. But I feel like you can't lose faith. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe in yourself. And like Madison was saying, no doesn't mean no. It means not right now. You know, you just gotta believe, and you gotta write it down and read books. I read a lot of empowerment books. You know what I'm saying? I'm always listening to motivational speeches, motivational videos, whatever I can do to feed my mind to oppose that negativity that naturally is going to be there. So it's about, you know, learning, growing, researching what you want to do, and pushing yourself. When you leave work, push yourself. You know, I gotta push myself to go to New York sometimes when I leave work because I hate my job, but I gotta work on my passion, which is being in the media, industry. So.
Yeah. You know what? Zig Ziglar, I don't know if y'all know who that is. He also said, motivation doesn't last, but neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. You need to be constantly feeding yourself. But we're going to move on to the next one. Thank you so much. Did that answer your question?
Well, can I just say something?
I wanted to
Real quick, because we overtime now.
If you have scripts, if you got a job that you're not happy at, but you can't quit, this is what you do. You multitask. You get your scripts, you give them to people that are in that business. Copyright them first. Don't just give your script. You can do what you still want to do in love. Unfortunately, you're miserable at the job, but that's the job, that's your bread and butter, take care of your family. Don't ever look down on that. Look at that, you take care of your family. But you can still do what you want to do. Give Janine your info, and let's chop it up about your scripts and all that.
Okay, yeah, because it's about being miserable on my job.
That's how I quit Black Girl. That was basically some of the,